525,600 minutes, 525,000 moments so deep.
One extraordinary year.
25,600 minutes.
8 friends find love.
Measure a year in daylights,
Face challenges.
in midnights, in cups of coffee, in inches,
Believe in hope.
laughter and strife. How do you measure a year in the life?
And celebrate love. 8 unique individuals that discover that all they needed to live was each other. The smash Broadway musical that defined a generation is now an unforgettable motion picture.
Seasons of love. Seasons of love. La vie bohème. La vie bohème.
Days of inspiration, playing hooky, making something out of nothing. The need to express, to communicate.
Fran is probably the most moving Broadway musical I've ever seen. When I originally saw the Broadway show, I was interested in making a film of the Broadway show to bring the spirit of the play and turn it into a film. It is a wonderful thing. That's good. When you guys come in, you push your back, then back up.
Jonathan Larson, who wrote the play, wanted to use his gifts as a storyteller and as a songwriter to bring the stories of these people to the larger world and to celebrate life.
The fact that Jonathan died before the show ever previewed, the show became sort of a memorial to Jonathan. So to be able to bring that to film was very exciting and inspiring.
Looking at Jonathan Larson as a fellow writer, he had such passion and such resolve about what these things were about, these issues and themes and characters.
Once we met Chris, we felt so comfortable that he gets it. It's so true. I think what my brother's vision was.
It's really amazing having the Larsons here because it really gives it a sort of history and legitimacy that I think is a comfort for a lot of people here.
The story of Ren is basically the emotional journey of these 8 friends and how they deal in their young lives with enormous emotional situations.
There are times when we're dirt broke and hungry and freezing, and I ask myself, why the hell am I still living here? Mark is an aspiring filmmaker who's mostly just done his own, and now he's finally starting to make his own little documentary about his life and the lives of his friends, which is struggling artists and people with stories that weren't being told very much.
One song, glory. One song before I go, glory. One song to leave behind.
Roger is a musician, and he has a passion, like most musicians, to write a song that really connects with people. He's been on the cusp of maybe attaining some sort of success, but then this devastating situation happened to him in his life, and it all got sidelined.
What do you want, Benny? What do I want? Well, my investor... You mean your father-in-law?
Right. Read about Maureen's performance in the Village Voice and sent me down here to collect the rent.
What rent?
We all went to school together, and these people are staying in this loft. They're not paying. Go over there and charge them rent. So I come over, tell them, you know, you gotta pay up.
How we gonna pay? How we gonna pay? Last year's rent.
There's all these different kinds of issues and characters, and Mimi lives downstairs from us in our building, in the loft, and she's a dancer at the Cat Scratch Club.
Mimi's an interesting young woman. She has this fearlessness about her, and it's really interesting dealing with someone like that who's so alive, and then have her confront someone like Roger, who is so shut down.
Got a light. I know you're shivering.
It's nothing that turns off my heat, and I'm just a little weak on my feet. Would you like my candle?
It's these two just lost, desperate people. They're intriguing on their own, and then you put them together, and then they become like this whole other thing.
Tonight on the 11 o'clock news, the lead story is going to be your show. Thank you.
Oh, Mark, you serious?
Yes.
How can I repay you?
Let the boy buy us dinner.
Mark's ex-girlfriend Maureen is a performance artist and a flirt, and she's left him to be with this woman.
She loves everybody. It's all about love to her. She's a little bit manipulative, very flirty, very self-absorbed, but she has a really big heart and she means well.
What do you want, huh? I'll do anything. You want me to be your slave? You want me to just obey your every wish? Tell me what you want.
Commitment. I play Joanne Jefferson, Maureen's new girlfriend. I'm not an artist, but I love to be around them and their sense of freedom, but I'm very different. I'm Harvard grad, but what they're trying to do with their lives inspired me, and they're things that I'm trying to do with my life.
Hey, Colin! Complete Christmas feast, thank you. You're gold at MIT.
No, actually, expelled me from my theory of actual reality. So I came back home. Merry Christmas. I play Tom Collins. He's a philosophy student, a bit of an anarchist, which is why he keeps getting kicked out of school. And he falls in love with Angel, the drag queen.
Leaving my house, I'll be your shelter. Just pay me back with 1,000 kisses.
Angel happens to be the emotional core of the movie. He sort of understands that the best things in life are right in front of you, and life is perfect.
You'll be my king, and I'll be your castle. You'll be my queen, and I'll be your mo.
I think it adds a depth to it by having the original cast members who were a part of so much. We went through such an intense, sort of surreal experience together, and they understand the characters, and it just has felt right.
Rosario and Tracy were new in the cast, but they were welcomed by everyone else.
I was so happy to have Tracy there, and we would just be giggling in the corner all the time, because I've seen the show a couple times. Or like, Adam doing, like going for it, and you're just like, oh my God. And then you're having to go back, okay, be professional, okay, it's my turn to actually sing. I just missed my cue because I was screaming so much.
To actually be a part of it now, for someone to say, okay, you big fan of these people, come be in the movie with them. It's great, but really scary at the same time.
Don't be mine, and don't waste my time crying, oh honey bear, are you still my don't you dare.
What's really exciting is that we're, there's a number of us that are coming at it from the musical theater aspect of it, and then there's obviously the whole other side that's coming at it from the film aspect. But neither one of us has ever done this.
When you see her put on your coat, give yourself a beat, pick up your coat, start to put it on, and you tell her, I'm coming.
The scope that he's bringing to the whole piece, it's really exciting. And we were on stage, I was limited, but to see them just singing down East 6th Street and to see Adam singing Glory on a rooftop downtown, it's really cool.
As an actor, you always want to make it as real as possible, so what better than to actually be walking through Tompkins Square Park, or to actually be in a church? It just makes everything that much easier.
One of the experiences that hit me the most was when I walked into the loft for the first time. Now there's a real loft. On Broadway, there was just a big metal table. Now I interact with the whole environment.
Sunny Santa Fe would be nice. We'll open up a restaurant in Santa Fe and leave this to the roaches and mine.
There's a camera catching everything, or maybe 2 or 3 cameras catching everything. So you really have to sort of dive into every single moment.
I yelled, cut, and he's coming right across. I thought, this is great.
Chris, he has said to all of us how much he wants to just honor what we did.
It's an homage to anything that people loved about it. And you do want to savor these really great songs and be able to really hear them in this way that's just so beautiful.
There's
only us. There's only this. Forget regret, or life is no secret.
It doesn't have just big flashy numbers for the sake of big and flashy. Every single number actually tells a story.
To choice, to the village voice, to any passing fad, to being an us for once instead of a damn.
La Vie Boheme is about who we are. We've abandoned everything that we know. We've abandoned comfort. We've abandoned even the basic necessities, and all we have are these friendships.
I think that everyone's at a time in their lives in this movie where what they believe goes beyond anything, and they're not going to compromise, and they're just going after their dreams.
These are people who are sort of learning and discovering things about themselves and the world and themselves in it, and that sense of discovery and urgency is what kind of drives the piece.
Will I lose my dignity?
Right. Good. So let's start from the top and kind of see how that all lays out. That's good.
We started working on the music right away from day one with Tim. He was really instrumental in keeping the magic of all the music present, but expanding it a little bit.
What's the time? Well, it's gotta be close to midnight. My body's talking to me. It says time for danger.
There's different music for everyone in the show, and the music will just speak to people.
I was always a fan of everyone else's songs. You know, I love You'll See Boys, which is, you know, Benny's song.
You'll see boys, you'll see boys.
There's sort of funkified tango thing going on. There's a sort of a pop gospel song. It is a musical, and people sing. And in this case, we're singing incredible songs.
How do you document real life when real life's getting more like fiction each day?
People who haven't seen Rent and don't know what to expect are going to get something completely new, completely fresh.
How we gonna pay? How we gonna pay? How we gonna pay last year's rent?
Everyone can relate to those little simple triumphs that are happening in the lives of these people.
How do you leave the past behind when it keeps finding ways to get to your heart?
The subject matter and the way that it's told really cuts deep.
A great story that I think people need to hear.